Hello everyone and welcome to the final reveal of my new jet kart. It's been many months of re-engineering, so yeah, in true fashion with an old bed sheet, I will show you what I've made. Okay, here we have the new machine. So obviously got the supercart nose on there, which I have added this additional top section to instead of a nacelle panel, just because I think it's better for aero. So that was a bit of custom carbon, and you can see inside it's laid up. There we can see my close together pedals, which just squeeze into this narrow nose cone. So yeah, then moving back, we have the complete side pods and top body, nice and flat, hoping it's good for aero, and the engine covers. So again, bit of custom carbon there, interfacing with the top body, and then I've got my air intake ducts for the jet engine either side of the seat. So moving back, I have rear fins, rather large rear fins. I'm really hoping that this gives me straight line stability, stops me spinning out or helps. These rear fins are 6mm foam cord carbon panels. I've aerofoiled the leading and the trailing edge. So yeah, those are supported in the center of the cart. Now if I can get further back on my bench, you can see the design of the rear of the cart. Yeah, obviously the flat floor underneath with the diffuser completes the sort of back end really. So this part here is probably my favourite bit of the design. I've got this this afterburner mount, which is obviously a lever, allows it to move back under thermal expansion. Behind that it is shimmed, so I can alter the height to match the afterburner, and then I've got these pieces coming off of this 5-axis machined sort of drop section, which provide the supports for the tie rods for the rear fins. So yeah, you can see inside there's a bit of a path for air to come through the cart. Got a vent for the brake disc. I've got a bit of gold foil to try and prevent the bodywork from burning. Who knows if that'll work. The engine cover just finishes at the interface to the afterburner. The idea is that the air is ducted across this engine cover and then flows back over the afterburner. Sort of hoping that works. As I say, whether this bodywork all sets on fire, I'm not really sure. Underneath the afterburner there is a heat shield, which is again insulated, wrapping underneath, trying to protect the rear axle from the heat. So yeah, the other side much the same. Yeah, big air entries, tight in the inside. It's a bit of a squeeze to get in, but yeah, hopefully all good. Now behind the front wheels I've got this kind of stone guard. It's a little bit difficult to see, but yeah, that's obviously to prevent wheels from kicking up grit into the inside, and it's also aimed to duct air outside of the cart. Moving to the front again, there is some small air entries here, which supposedly call the brakes. I'm not sure if they will. Yeah, and then again, same for this side with the 3D printed arch liner. So a few other bits of note. Obviously I've got the splitter here. Now when you produce something covered in bodywork, it's quite difficult then to lift the cart, to move it around, to trailer it, to tie it down. So I've got these front sort of tubes of the chassis, which are lifting eye points. They could also be used obviously to kind of winch the cart around. A couple of other bits of note: there's 2 fuel hatches underneath these circles, which provide access for refueling obviously. And yeah, it's been really tricky to come up with nice interfaces between the flat floor and all the other components, to sort of close up this bodywork in a nice way. Lots of 3D scanning for gaps, and making sure that, you know, for instance on the seat, that these ducts follow the profile of this 3-dimensional contour. So yeah, quite tricky, bit of a nice challenge to try and make some bodywork that wraps around and packages in everything in the cart within the smallest sort of possible space. But yeah, that's kind of, I guess, part of the fun of it. So yeah, probably about the most complex thing that I've had to build really. So that pretty much completes the aero of this cart. Obviously 6 months ago I said I was going to race engineer it. If you look at the cart from when it was originally built, there's been massive change, and this is basically my vision of what a fastest world record jet kart should look like: aerodynamic, sleek, and yeah, hopefully fast. So thank you very much for watching. I'll put a few pictures on here now of the process, the different bits and pieces of build. Started from a bare chassis this year. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Cheers.